You know what's said about African Americans uprooting their lives from the States, coming to Africa, thinking that they're going to build a social media brand that will generate thousands of revenues in dollars for them. Not realizing that investors are not willing to pay Africans. You will not end the same way as you did in the States with an American based audience. If majority of your viewers are Africans, your RPM will be something close to 10 cents to 30 cents per thousand views. You will not be earning $1,000 if majority of your audience are from third world countries. The people who bring in money want cheap labor from Africans. Even on social media, they want to exploit our labor for free. It's going to be hard on social media platforms to earn like you did in the States with an American based audience or any other Western countries audience. You need Western countries to generate the money that you used to generate in the States. Otherwise, uzonya shem.
Alright guys, so I was actually very, very embarrassed to make this video. It took me a little bit to make this video, but I'm about to make this video. So, as y'all already know, I am in South Africa. I arrived here on February 8th, I think it was, February 8th, man. And now I'm homeless. I am homeless. And I'm going to tell you guys how I got to this point. So basically, how it all started out, guys, before I even left the U.S., you know what I'm saying? I was on property 24. You know, I was trying to find me a nice spot in Sandton. I decided to stay in Sandton this time. Last time I stayed in Cape Town. So yeah, I was on property 24, you know, looking for a spot. You know, I've messaged a few different agents and things like that. And this is very important, guys. I messaged a few different agents. One of the agents that I messaged had a few spots in the Capitol, and then another one had a few spots at the Capitol. So I didn't go with one of them. I went with the other, because the other, you know what I'm saying, the price compared to the living space is what I wanted. So, you know, I signed my lease. I do all my things. I land, you know, I paid the deposit, which was $14K, and I paid and we're talking rands. For those in the U.S., I'm talking rands. 14,000 rand is like, how much is that U.S. dollars? What is that, guys? Like 700 and something, 600, 700 and something. So yeah, I paid that, and then I paid my prorated rent, which was, I think it was 12,000, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it was 12,000. So all in all, around 26,000 rand to move in, which was like $1,000 something dollars. Cool. You know what I'm saying? February went smooth. You know what I'm saying? From February 11th on the end of February, I was living good. You know what I'm saying? No problems. Had my cleaning lady come and all that good stuff. Like, everything was smooth. Cool. March comes. March 4th. Yeah, March 4th. Sunday, what was Sunday, March 3rd? No, Sunday was March 4th. So March 5th on a Monday. Another agent comes and knocks on my door. He asks for somebody. I don't know who this is. He asked for somebody. He's not here. He doesn't live here. I live here. You know what I'm saying? Asked me, how did I get into the apartment? I told him, like, I signed the lease. You know what I'm saying? I did everything. What do you mean? Like, what do you mean, how did I get here? I live here. You know what I'm saying? I signed the lease. I did my deposit, all that good stuff. That's how I got here. And he was like, oh, that's funny because the person that I'm asking for is actually the person that is leasing the apartment. It's supposed to be leasing the apartment. And I'm like, how is that possible? I'm the one who signed the lease. I'm the one who's supposed to be living here. So now I'm confused. So he asked me who my agent was, the person I signed with, and I tell him. He said, oh, I know her. So he calls her, and they have a conversation, and she's like, what's going on? What do you mean? What's going on? Why are you bugging my client? Blah, blah, blah. What do you mean? What are you doing? And, you know, they're just going back and forth. And they get off the phone. He tells me, he says, look, I'll be back in an hour or so. We can all meet about this downstairs in the reception area. I was like, cool. Because I'm confused. I want to know what's going on. So he leaves or whatever. I call my agent. She said, I'm coming there ASAP. And yeah, she said, I'm coming there ASAP. He doesn't have the right to come and invade your space and things like that. At this point, that agent, he wasn't rude, but he wasn't pleasant either. Like, he wasn't pleasant. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like I did not want to add anything. Naminga papa, I'm rasta. I'm just too forward. Even I don't know why I'm even commenting right now because he's not done with his story. However, I just want to clarify some things. As a person who worked as a estate agent in South Africa, I was recognized by the FFC. Okay, I was at one point. Okay, I was recognized by the FFC, and I have my certificate. So please take this with a grain of salt. Okay, especially not even with a grain of salt. Take this as a note, like you pin it. I don't know why I like stalling, but take it as a note and pin it. It is important for you to investigate, especially as a foreigner. You want to also meet the owner. It's important because you are a foreigner. You want to know if this person is aware that you're living in their property, right? So many things can go wrong because you don't know anything. It's mostly important when you're even interested in taking up an offer, right? That you meet the owner. Even more so as a foreigner, what you need to do is to rent specifically from owners, not from agents, okay? This is important as well. In doing so, we prevent a lot of issues, such as what he's experiencing right now, because he's going back and forth with agents and he has not met the owner of the property. So please note as well that agents work with each other. I've worked with other agents, right? Even I have worked with other agents while doing property. Sometimes we even share commissions as well, like depending on who gets the housing first, or the client first, right? Please note as well that some agents may lease some owners, the owner of the property may lease the in fact, it may be under an agency. His property may be under an agency, and the agency is looking after it. So he might not even know anything because all he's expecting is money. He doesn't really get involved, or she doesn't get involved in the process of the property and the owner. This is why also it's a little bit complex for foreigners to be renting out, because they could be easily scammed. And this is what you'll end up experiencing going back and forth with agents. So find it in your best possible way to meet the owner of the property, and then you take it from there. As well, what agents do is increase the commission to what, so you need to really bring in the owner for your own security. And if they don't do this, then don't rent with them, for your peace, for your sake. And also, if you haven't lived here long enough, you're going to have problems with the law as well, okay? You cannot live in South Africa, especially if you're black. You're not white, okay? There are certain things the white Americans can get away with for a certain period, because eventually the law will catch up with them as well, but it will catch up with you quicker because you're black, okay? So make sure things also, your papers are in order, everything is in order, so that you do not experience what he's going to experience or what he is experiencing with agents as well. So you need to meet the owner, you need to read the contract as well, and you need to have the copy of the contract as well. You need to have everything signed. You need to know where they work as well, so you can go there and speak to the boss as well, okay? Don't just sign things in the apartment and stuff like that. Go to the agency as well. You need to see the boss. You need to see where they work, even if you don't see the boss, but you need to see where that person works, so that you can take up the complaint if it doesn't work with the agency, because there's a lot of things that goes on, because some agents are not registered with the FFC. Currently, you should be registered, and you should ask them if they have their FFC. As a foreigner, you should ask them. The current FFC is currently 2,000, and it lasts for 4 years. So In order for them to be currently operating houses, they should have an FFC. If you're a foreigner, it's important. Black South Africans, you sort yourself out. I'm sure you know these things by now. But let's continue with the second part of the video. I hope this was helpful. It helped you and you understand. All right?
Oh, later comes, she comes by. We're waiting downstairs in the reception area, waiting for him to come, right? He comes, I think it's around 5:30, 6:30 or something like that. He comes, but he doesn't come to the reception area. He's on the third floor. And we're like, we're downstairs in the reception area if you want to meet. You know what I'm saying? He's like, no, I'm on the third floor. You can come up here. And we're like, you told us we were meeting downstairs. Why don't you come downstairs? Like, we're already down here. Like, why are you even on the third? How did you get past us? Like, how did you get to the third floor? Anyways, he comes downstairs eventually. Well, no, before that, I text him again. I'm like, I'm coming downstairs. He says, don't waste my time. He just says, don't waste my time. I put the screenshot right here. He says, don't waste my time, Tremaine. Or something along those lines. He says, I don't have time for this, Tremaine, or something like that. That's what he says, right? I'm like, don't waste your time. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you talking about? Like, you feel me? I don't even know what's going on. How am I wasting your time? You feel me? And he comes downstairs or whatever. He eventually comes downstairs. He walks right past us, straight to the reception, right? He walks right past us, straight to reception. And I'm confused, guys. Like, I'm so lost. I don't know what's going on. So I'm following to the reception. I was like, we're right here. You want to meet? We're right here. Like, let's talk about this. And he's like, just ignoring me. Like, he just keeps walking and just ignoring me. I'm like, bro, what is your problem? Like, what is going on? Like, what is your problem? At this point, I'm hot at this point. I'm a little pissed off because I'm confused. I don't know what's going on. He's telling me I can't live here. Things like that. Like, what is going on? So we get to the reception because he's waiting in line to talk to somebody at the reception. I'm like, why aren't we meeting? Ain't this the whole point of you coming here for us to meet? And he's like, do you want to meet upstairs, Tremaine? Or do you want to, like, I don't have time for this. That's what he says again. I'm like, bro, at this point, I don't want to meet you upstairs because, like, I don't even know you for one, and I'm not about to meet you in a private area, and I don't even, like, at this point, I'm a little skeptical of you. Like, why are you so adamant on meeting upstairs when we all right here in, like, the common area? So he finally gets up to reception. He gets a ID card, right? He gets an ID card or whatever. He starts walking upstairs, or he starts walking back to the elevator. Walks right past us. My agent tells me to come on. We're going upstairs. I'm like, because, you know what I'm saying? I don't want him to have his way. You feel me? So we go upstairs to the elevator. We go upstairs. They're arguing. They're talking. You know what I'm saying? It's awkward. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what's going on. They obviously know each other. But she's not messing with him. And, like, I don't know, bro. It's a very awkward situation. So, yeah, they're in the room or whatever. And I have video clips too. I'm going to insert video clips for y'all to see them going back and forth and things like that. But yeah, they're arguing or whatever, trying to figure this thing out. Apparently, the person that was staying there was still on a lease. He was still on a lease, right? And my agent, I feel like she was wrong. She was wrong. My agent subleased for him, right? She subleased for him. So she put me in the apartment because I guess the other guy couldn't pay rent no more, or he was leaving. Something along those lines. He was leaving. But the thing is, he told his agent that. He told his agent that, and my agent knew as well. So that's the weird situation. Like, how does your agent know this, but he doesn't know that I'm here? Or he says he doesn't know I'm here. You know what I mean? That's what he says. She was like, why does it make any difference if he's here? As long as he's paying his rent, I'm giving it to you, whatever the case may be. He's back and forth and everything, and the guy that was supposed to be living there, apparently I was subleasing for him, and yeah, that was that, right? It gets crazier, guys. It gets crazier. So they wrap up their little argument, whatever. He leaves. Like, it's like he storms out. He's fed up. You know what I'm saying? I think he's ready to kick me out. He's ready to kick me out type stuff. So, she tells me, she was like, he doesn't have the right to kick you out. You know what I'm saying? You stay here, stand your ground, whatever the case may be, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, yeah, cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm motivated. I'm like, I'm not going nowhere. You feel me? Outside my lease, I pay my rent. I'm here. You know what I'm saying? I'm here. She leaves. This guy comes back with the police, which wasn't even a police, and I didn't even know until yesterday. He paid, it was the ADT people or something like that, like home security. It's like he paid them. He paid them off type stuff. So they come. I even got video proof. They come. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to show the video right here. The video clip right here, them kicking me out. Yeah, they come. We're going back and forth. I'm telling him I'm not leaving. I'm like, what you gonna? You gonna arrest me? You like, what are you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? I'm not leaving. I tell him I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving. We going back and forth with that. This guy. Oh, rewind a little bit. Rewind a little bit. I forgot to say when he got that key card, right? Remember he got the key card and he came upstairs or whatever from the reception. He just walks into the room. He just walks into the room like with no cares. Like my things is in there. You know what I'm saying? Like, just barges into the room like he owned the place. He's not even the owner, guys. He's just the agent. He's not even the owner. You know what I'm saying? Let's go back to where the cops was in there and stuff. And we're going back and forth. I'm telling him I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving. You know what I'm saying? And he's like, well, I'll pack your things for you. I'm like, you gonna touch my stuff? You gonna touch my stuff? Bro, and then we just kept arguing, bro. We just kept going back and forth. And then eventually, I fell in. I gave in. Like the cop, I thought it was a cop. He had guns. I was like, bro, I'm about to just leave, bro. I ain't got time for this. You know what I'm saying? I really should have stayed. I wish I would have stayed. If I could rewind, I would have stayed. I don't care. I would have stayed. But I started packing my stuff, y'all. Putting all my stuff in my suitcases and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Get all my things packed. I leave. Here comes the ADT guy and the security coming through with drinks and stuff that he just bought them from the bar and stuff from the place I was staying. I'm like, look at this, man. Like, this is wild to me, bro. He paid these people. I thought it was a real cops, but it wasn't in a cops, bro. It wasn't a cops. It was actual. It was just home security, bro. Home security. And I'm like, does the owner know about this? That's what I asked him. I was like, does the owner? He was like, do you not think the owner doesn't know about this? I was like, I don't know. Can we call him? Let's talk to him. He was like, no, you may not talk to them. He was also like, if you want to stay here, you're not going to stay here on our account. You'll stay here on your own. You will pay more money. I'm like, yo, what is wrong with this guy, bro? Like, I have proof that I've paid. I've done all these things. Like, what do you want from me? I don't even know you. The whole time, guys, I messaged this guy about an apartment before I left the States. He was one of the people that I reached out to before I left the States for an apartment, to inquire about an apartment, right? I think he's still bitter about that because tell me why this guy kept bringing up, I offered you a roof over your head. I offered you a nice place. Bro, he kept saying these things. I'm like, bro, I didn't choose you. You know what I'm saying? I didn't choose you. Like, get over it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I went with somebody else. Why is that such a big deal to you? Why is that such a big deal to you? And the crazy thing is, I'm going to show our text messages as well. He kept messaging me, guys. He was like, what did I do wrong? I was like, bro, you didn't do nothing wrong. I just didn't go with the partner that you want. Like, it's okay. You feel me? Like, that's how back this goes. And I didn't even know it was him, but he knew it was me. Like, he knew it was me, but I didn't know it was him.
I would like to also clarify that what they're doing is illegal. The owner does not know that they are busy doing all of this in their apartment. It's not allowed. If they found out that this happened, the owner has the right to kick everybody out because that contract basically is not ended. So basically, he's in the loss here. He is scammed. I wish I could tell him this and tell him that he is scammed by both of these people. She had no right to do what she did, to sublease you under somebody else. I'm literally going to send him a message as soon as I'm done with this. I'm going to find him and send him a text message in the bio, in his messages, to see if maybe he can see it. Maybe I'll try to help him, so he's in the loss. And also to like, you also need papers. That's why a lot of agents don't prefer putting foreigners in their papers in their estates, because there's a lot of things that needs. You need like a permit. Do you have a permit to live here? Those things. We need a lot of things. We do not just put somebody in somebody's apartment without unnecessary things. We don't need the money. Also, we need background checks. A lot of things that it's really difficult to rent out an apartment to a foreigner. It's difficult even for African foreigners to rent out an apartment. It's very difficult, okay? Unless you have somebody that you're going to live with whom is black, so a black South African, a native. So it's just something else to keep in mind as a black person from abroad. That is difficult. Ask any foreigner that lives here. They will tell you just how difficult it is to rent out in South Africa.
Quick update, man. Quick update. So the whole situation, man, I just hired a lawyer to really just take care of everything. I've already found my statement at the police station. I've done the F&B thing. So bank accounts have been frozen, all that stuff. All that is going on. So this is an update, man. Me personally, like, I'm just through with the whole situation, y'all. I've been very, very stressed. So I'm just letting the lawyer take care of it. Now, you know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to find my own spot, which I think I have found a spot. I'll give y'all an update. I might give y'all a little tour of my spot once I move in it. But that's just my update. I want to bring y'all an update because a lot of y'all have been, you know what I'm saying, DMing me and things like that. And I appreciate y'all. I appreciate the love and support y'all shown. A lot of y'all, you know what I'm saying, offer me y'all's homes, you feel me? Like, just making sure I'm good, and I really appreciate that, y'all. I appreciate that so much. I said I was homeless. A lot of y'all probably thought, like, I said I was like I was kicked out. Like, I didn't have a place of my own is what I mean. I'm homeless. Of course, I have people I can stay with, you know what I'm saying? That don't mean I don't have money to go and stay where I want to stay. I just want to get somewhere more permanent, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to waste my money on an Airbnb or hotel or nothing like that. So my friend let me stay with him until I actually found another spot. So now that I found another spot, I'm going to give y'all a tour of that spot once I move in and get settled. But nah, man, I just want y'all to let y'all know I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I really appreciate y'all again for y'all's concerns, for the love that y'all showed in the DM. Like I could just keep scrolling like this in the DMs, keep scrolling like that. Y'all show me that much love, y'all, and I really appreciate that. Appreciate that a lot. But yeah, man, right now I'm going to be working on my podcast and working on getting my crib together, getting my spot together. I'll update y'all on the podcast once I move in and get comfortable in my apartment as well, because I am starting a podcast, so you guys stay tuned for that. But yeah, y'all,